What's up, guys? This is Dante, out of character, obviously. No wig, no outfit, nothing. Because this is kind of a serious topic, and it's obviously a saddening topic. For those who's been watching me for quite some time now, know that I like Black Panther. In fact, he was like one of my main motivations. In fact, I actually was doing the workout routine of the Black Panther, which explains why I kind of had a similar build to him, because I was working on a build which I was following from Jack's Blade. I think he does like workout routine videos and whatnot. But anyway, back to Black Panther. I found it not too long ago. Like, I literally just found this out not too long ago. That Chadwick Boseman unfortunately passed away at the age of 43. I mean, can't you believe that? Like, just like gone. I mean, it kind of sucks because he had like a lot of years ahead of him. You know what I mean? Yeah, 43. Yeah, some people could be like, oh, that's old. Or, I mean, if you really think about it, not really. Especially if you look at how he looks. He looked like in his early 30s, if that. You know what I mean? And in their early 30s, fairly young. And for a 43-year-old to die at the age of 43, that's, kind of young if you think about it. Like, he still had many years ahead of him. I mean, it sucks that, that cancer could just take away life like that. I don't know. It sucks. I just wish that something could have been done, But at the point where it's at, obviously nothing could have been done because it was a stage 3, I think I heard. The least they could have done was push it back, probably. Government, I know you're watching this, you probably have a cure for cancer. But you want people to, pay money or whatever instead of, the cure or whatever. We all know you have it. But yeah, all jokes aside though, man, Black Panther, it sucks. I mean, pardon me if I'm not looking too, how I normally would look, because for one, it's like literally a little bit past 3 o'clock in the morning as of the time of me recording this video. But also knowing that one of the best people of all time, not just in actors, but like him as a person, just gone. I mean, it kind of sucks. It's like we're losing all the good people, but all these bad people are still living and healthy. It just doesn't make any sense, you know what I mean? I mean, think about it. I mean, seriously, you got Paul Walker, Chester Bennington, that he died in a different way. There's, story for another time. I mean, besides, you guys probably know what happened to him, and then you got Chadwick Boseman and much more, and Robin Williams. It's like we're losing a bunch of good people. I mean, it's like we lose the good people, but yet the bad people are just living healthy and stronger than ever. It just doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? I'm not saying all healthy people are bad. No, I'm not saying that. It just kind of seems like we're losing decent folk, but yet all these people that are bad and all this sort of stuff are living healthy and strong, and even despite being maybe 40, 50, 60, 70, whatever the case may be. Chadwick Boseman, I mean, he was 43 when he passed away, and Paul Walker, I think he was probably in his late 30s, maybe late 30s, early 40s, maybe. And Chester Bennington, he's probably in his early 40s too. But like, it just seems like we're losing all these good people, and for what? You know what I mean? I mean, it's just, especially in 2020. Not really. Let's just say that 2020 is not the best year of our lives right now. I mean, yeah, it has its small ups, but it's been more downs since anything. But we'll get out of it though. I mean, as long as we, stay diligent, as long as we, stick together, as long as we fight this COVID-19, as long as, we're getting along, no matter what skin color, religion, or whatever the case may be, as long as we try to get along with one another, we might be able to get through 2020. And also, we're not going to talk about the politics. Does that mean that depending on how things go there, it means it's going to be an uproar? Between Trump and Biden and whatever. Me personally, I don't dive myself into politics. I could care less. whenever I see it on YouTube or see it on my Twitter or whatever, I'm like, I don't care about politics. I just don't care, you know. I mean, and in terms of my political stance, I'm in the middle. Like, I'm not on either side. There's like flaws and positives on either side, you know. I mean, there's just, I mean, I'm sorry if I'm talking about like multiple things and when this is supposed to be a Chadwick Boseman video. I do apologize about that, but yeah, I mean, it just kind of goes, you know, hand in hand, you know. It just seems like everything, just bad stuff's just been happening in 2020. But yeah, yeah, I mean, I just try not to dive myself into politics. I just don't. It's not a good mix. I mean, me personally, if you want my personal take on politics, I personally think that the country should belong to the people. Because at this point, the higher officials is just all about money to them. I mean, that's plainly clear, no matter you're Democratic or standing to the Republican. No matter your side, you gotta at least admit it just seems like there's something going on, you know what I mean? There's just something fishy there. I mean, where government doesn't really 100% care about the people. You know, they'll say it before they get elected, but yet don't prove it as soon as they're in office. I mean, Trump was, yeah, he's flawed, but tries to do good, I think. But at the same time, I don't think him being president is the best suited for him. But I think I'd rather have Trump over Biden any day. You know, like I said, I don't choose sides. But it's like, which one's the lesser of the evils, you know what I mean? Yes, Trump, I wouldn't say he's a bad person, but he's not like the sharpest tool in the shed either. But Biden, he's bad. I mean, if you actually look into that stuff, he's bad. Bad. I mean, hell, if he becomes president, I would not be surprised if he legalized underage dating. I would not be surprised, especially knowing how he's a pedophile and whatnot, or knowing the high potentiality that he is. I would not be surprised, and that would not be good, and especially knowing how many people is going to uproar about that. It's going to be even more worse than the whole, you know, protesting and rioting that's going on right now. But yeah, let's get out of politics. This is not a video on that. Maybe another day if you want me to do a video based on that, but not today. This is for Chadwick Boseman. This video is dedicated for Chadwick Boseman. I'm sorry about the whole, I mean, I don't know, it's just kind of a habit where I can kind of go into other subjects and kind of go back in. I don't know. I got multiple thoughts in my head sometimes, I guess. I don't know. But, plus this sort of kind of goes hand in hand, like I said, because, you know, 2020 is not really the best year so far. But, like I said, I believe we can make it through this as long as we, you know, stay diligent and vigilant, and as long as we get along with each other, and as long as, you know, they actually find a damn cure for this coronavirus or whatever, or something like that, and as long as we get along, just no matter what the skin color is, no matter, you know, no matter religion or whatever it is you're into. I mean, it shouldn't matter, you know. I mean, we all should be getting along and uniting, not going against each other. I mean, especially over one person's life. I mean, seriously. I mean, Chadwick Boseman, you know, and all these African American people, they wouldn't want us fighting each other. They want us to get along. I mean, that's what Martin Luther King, I think, kind of wanted too, in a way, where he want equality and unity, you know, and at least that's what I think. I don't know. You know, we just gotta, you know, be kind to one another. I mean, just because of what one bad cop did, that doesn't mean, you know, oh, all Caucasian people are bad. No. Or all cops are bad. Whatever the case may be, not all cops are bad. I met some pretty good, decent ones, you know. But again, this is not a video based on all these stuff that's going on in the world right now. This is a video solely based for Chadwick Boseman. So yeah, I just do apologize if I'm going on different subjects. It's just kind of a habit. Like I said, it just kind of goes hand in hand, sort of, like I said, because, you know, it's just not a good year. But yeah, Chadwick Boseman, he's a good guy, I think. You know, I never met him, unfortunately, but I never had the honor to meet him. I wanted to meet him, you know. I mean, you know, he's Tchalla, you know. I mean, he's like the only actor that can do Black Panther, you know what I mean? And at least that's why I think, like, no actor can replace him for Black Panther. That's just plain and simple. I mean, yes, when it comes to Marvel, yes, they're gonna eventually have to find someone to fill the spot for him. But when it comes to who would do Black Panther the best, Chadwick Boseman will always be the Black Panther. I don't care what anyone says. Chadwick Boseman is the OG, just like Tobey Maguire was the OG of Spider-Man. You know, I mean, they're like originals. You know, when it comes to like who played as the character first in the MCU before anyone else. At least as far as my knowledge, I don't know if anyone played Spider-Man before him. I don't know, but that was the one that was the oldest of Spider-Man that I watched. That's actually how I think I got into Marvel movies to begin with, was Spider-Man and Tobey Maguire's. Like, I think those were the first films I watched. I mean, hell, I remember. This is another thing, but yeah, hell, I remembered I'd go to a gas station called Maverick. Unfortunately, they're not sponsoring me, but you know, not the type of video anyway. So no. But yeah. Every time me and my dad would go to this Maverick place, and I get these candy stick things. Like they would have like a comic book thing, like a classic comic book, like thing or whatever, and has like a comic book picture or whatever, and it shows like a comic bill or whatever. I mean, I'm sure you guys might know what I'm talking about. I don't know if it did this in other stores, but in the gas station I went to, I had these. Unfortunately, they're no longer there. I mean, they're probably expensive because they're rare now. I should have kept the boxes, and they probably would have been expensive. Or not expensive, they probably would have been worth a decent amount of money because, you know, they're rare. And people would collect those, you'd be surprised. But yeah, that's why but yeah, sorry, I keep diving into different things. I don't know. But yeah, Chadwick Boseman, he's awesome, you know. I mean, you know, no one cannot replace him as Black Panther. I mean, yes, eventually someone's gonna have to take his place. And you know, when it comes to Marvel choosing people, you know, it's just plain and simple fact, you know. But even then, though, Chadwick Boseman is the OG Black Panther, and he will be the best. And he's, in my personal opinion, always will be the best portrayal. Always. Yeah, sure, maybe the next person may be a decent person in terms of like filling in the role, might be a decent fit. But Chadwick Boseman is the OG. Like, no one cannot change that at all. And I wish I could meet the guy. I wish I can't. I wish I could, but unfortunately, it's just not the life. You know, I mean, maybe in the next life, maybe if he's in heaven or whatever, you know, maybe I get to meet him or something like that. You know, be like Wakanda forever. But yeah, he's an awesome guy. I enjoyed his movie. The one thing that got me into Chadwick Boseman was always Black Panther. I remember watching that movie like so many times when it was in theaters. Like, I didn't watch it once, twice, not 3 times, but like maybe 5, 6 times when it was in theaters. And I'm surprised I even owned the physical copy of the movie yet. I'm surprised, but which I need to get. But yeah, I remember watching it so many times. It was that good of a movie. Like the way it was written, the way they introduced Wakanda, the way you know, Chadwick Boseman portrayed Black Panther, and the way they did the antagonist, you know, where he's not really a villain, but at the same time, it's like where you can kind of understand his motives, like he's kind of sort of a misunderstood villain, or like an anti-hero, where he's kind of like in the misunderstood side, and kind of made you sympathize for him, and where even T'Challa sympathized with him once he knew the full thing. But yeah, it sucks. It just kind of shows how fragile life is, where like just like anything could literally happen any time of day. I mean, he was 43. He had so many years ahead of him. If he didn't have cancer, he had so many years ahead of him. He was 43. He didn't even look like it. Like, he looked like in his 30s. And man, it sucks. I know that I'm normally not good at like showing emotions or whatever. You guys know me. You know, I'm kind of like Geralt of Rivia from Witcher, like that, where I do have emotions, but I don't tend to show them. You know, I don't tend to show them to the world all that much. It's just the way I am. But it could be due to my mental condition or whatever I was born with. I don't know. But if you stuck around long enough, you kind of know what I'm talking about. Different story for another time. But yeah, Tchalla, if you're hearing this, man, like, Wakanda forever, and you always be the best Black Panther, always. And I do hope they're in a better place right now, and I do believe that you are, in some way, shape, or form. You're definitely in a much better place in this world, in this flawed world, and it sucks, seeing another good person like you go, it sucks, we're losing more decent folk by the day, it sucks. It's like I said it before, it's like we're losing all these good people, all these good, kind actors, and band members, or whatever, like we're losing all these decent folk, while all these bad people, or bad, evil people, living healthy and all that sort of stuff. It just doesn't make any sense. Like say Biden, for example. Like I said before, he's not good news, but yet he's at least seems like he's in decent health. It just doesn't make any. Obviously, I don't want to wish any ill will even towards bad people like him, because it's like, because it's like, I'd just be just as bad as him if I'd be wishing ill will even to people who deserve it, if not worse. If you think about it, I'm not like most people where, I'm just gonna hate this guy or whatever, I forgive those who wrong me, even indirectly, or wrong others. It's wrong. Yeah, but I think people should learn to forgive, and that's becoming more rare by the day. And I think that's what Chadwick Boseman wants us to do, is to forgive. Not forget, but forgive. Especially when he seems like the type of person, to where he'd be like that. We forgive, but forget. And that same goes with this whole Black Lives Matter thing. Yes, it matters, but we should be getting along, not like with rioting, looting, and all sorts of stuff. Chadwick Boseman wouldn't want that. He wouldn't want us all getting along. Want us to fight against evil. Want us to, live by the example he did as he was playing as Black Panther. Like, he would want us to live good, and he would want us to, like, be united, instead of just against each other, and that's what we have been lately, is just against each other, because of religion, or because of race, or because of authenticity, like, or whatever you wish to call it, or because of sex preference, or whatever, or because of this, because of that, because of, the list goes on. Seriously, people would, it's like a natural thing that people do. It just seems like they don't accept each other because, it's this different thing. Even things that are just as small as, like, say, interests or hobbies. Like, say, okay, I like Witcher 3, or something like that, and this other guy's like, no, Witcher 3 sucks, your opinion's not valid. It's like, huh? How's my opinion not valid? If you think my opinion's not valid, you might as well let me think the same for you. It's like, you're not. I don't know. Look, I'm more of an open-minded person. Like, if someone likes something, I'll let them, as long as it's not like bad, or like, say, pedophilia or something like that. Something that's bad. But if it's like something like, say, what they like, or basically, I don't judge unjustly. Let's just say that. Like, I don't like, to say, I judge because of this. I judge you because you wear this. I judge you because you like that. I judge you because of this. No, I don't. And when it comes to people who do wrong, whether it's to me, directly or indirectly, or something like that, or anyone else, I would forgive them, but I will not forget. And I will not let them, walk all over me. Like, basically, I'm not a pushover, but I'm a forgiver. But, I'm not saying, oh, hey, punch me. It's not like, oh, I'm going to punch back or something like that, but I'll forgive the person for their transgression. And a lot of people will not like that. A lot of people are like, I'll never forgive you. I'll never forgive you, even the smallest of things, But I think the one thing we should be taking from this, from Chadwick Boseman, is live like how he did, to live, to love one another, to like, you know, be united, to be like, you know, good, and you know, just be good in general. You know what I mean? Instead of just going against each other. You know what I mean? It does not help anything. I mean, seriously, it just doesn't. It just doesn't. It just makes matters worse. The best thing to do is to patch the bridges, not burn them down. You know what I mean? Even if you hate the person or whatever, you know. I mean, isn't it better to like say welcome that person, you know, you hate them, you know, when they like need, it's like, okay, when they need you, you know, okay, that's gonna be on their mind for the rest of their life. Maybe it might change them. That, or if they don't, it's just gonna hurt far worse in some way. You know what I mean? Like, you're showing them something that they would never show to you or show to anyone. You know what I mean? That shows a lot about your character. You know what I mean? Even helping someone that doesn't like you, or helping someone that hates you for whatever reason, I mean, that might actually change the person, or maybe perhaps, you know, it's just gonna make them feel stupid if they don't. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and plus, I mean, as quotes of Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2. I mean, when it comes to those seeking vengeance. And this is true too. I mean, especially when it's proven to video game characters that are seeking revenge, like say Kratos is a prime example. But yeah, Arthur Morgan's like, revenge is a fool's game. It is. And Kratos and all these other characters that had to go through revenge, especially Kratos is the prime example, is proof of that. It's prime proof of that. Like, nothing can come good of vengeance. Yes, it may feel good, like say if you did that and you defeated the person that, you know, wronged you, but at the same time, it doesn't bring any good. I mean, like when Kratos killed all the gods that wronged him, brought nothing but chaos. You know what I mean? And like stuff like that is something we should be taking into consideration. Instead of just destroying one another and not forgiving one another, we should be forgiving one another. You know, and being united. You know, like say Wakanda. You know, like Wakanda forever. You know, I don't know. But yeah, I'm sorry if I'm dragging this video out, but you know, this video is literally solely dedicated on Chadwick Boseman, and I know I kind of crammed in a bunch of other stuff as well. I do apologize about that. It's just a habit. I mean, it's just one of my quirks, I guess. I don't know, but I just hope that you, regardless, find this video interesting. Maybe you learned something just like I did. I didn't even, like I said, I didn't even know he passed away until like I searched on Twitter and I saw that and I was like, holy, that surprised me. That shocked me. Like, you know, I might seem like a person that doesn't like a whole lot of emotion, like seems like doesn't show his emotions, but even someone like me, that surprised the hell out of me, because that just, I didn't expect it. You know, I didn't know, and especially when I didn't expect it to happen either. Like, it just didn't seem like it would happen anytime soon. But of course, knowing 2020, of course, it had to happen. But you know, I do believe it's in a better place now, especially a far better place than this place right now. And that's why I believe. You know, to have my own beliefs, kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but I'm not going to dive into that. You know, religion and all sorts of stuff just doesn't. Religion, politics just does not go when it comes to conversating, because, you know, especially knowing how closed-minded some people can be. I don't know. Never mind. I don't know. But yeah, sorry if I rambled on about this. But Chadwick Boseman deserved his own video, and especially when he helped me in a way. And I thank Jax Blade too, because you know he's the one that brought out the workout routine, and the character and the actor himself kind of, you know, motivated me. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of funny how a fictional character does that. You know, the actor's real, but that character though. But it's kind of weird though how even a fictional character can motivate someone or can influence someone in a good way. You know, that's the power of, you know, comic book characters, power of video game characters. I mean, despite them being fictional, but in a way they're like, even indirectly, they're like teachers. You know, I mean, not literally, but like you can learn a few things from them, even though it's in an indirect way. But I'm sure you see what I'm getting at. I mean, you can actually learn things in a certain point of view from fictional characters, even, you know. And when it comes to actors, you know, you can actually learn a thing or two from them too. I mean, you can't. I mean, like I said, I mean, we gotta learn. I mean, we can take a thing or two from Chadwick Boseman, and be good to one another, you know what I mean? Instead of just, going on with our differences, just doesn't help anything, you know what I mean? Accept each other for their differences. I mean, hell, I lost a friendship. I wouldn't say lost a friendship, but we're kind of gone our separate ways just because he didn't really accept the difference between me and him. Like, we just saw things differently in a religious perspective, where we're like different. But I accepted that, and I accepted him the way he is, but he didn't do the same for me. I was, like, you know what? I forgive you for this, but clearly we're not not meant to hang out. But I forgive you though for whatever transgression. You know what I mean? And that's what I think that most people should be like. It just kind of sucks. It's just the world is based on people going against each other naturally, unfortunately, and it kind of sucks. But I don't know. Maybe that's probably my cynical side kind of coming out. I mean, I know there's a good side of people. I know that, and Chadwick Boseman is definitely good proof of that. And I know that there's people, are united, but it just kind of seems like when it comes to what you see in the world right now, what the news wants you to see, it just kind of seems easy. It's easy to see, all this against thing, what I was talking about. But yeah, as Tchalla put it, Wakanda forever, and hell, I might even do a tribute video for him, like Black Panther tribute or something like that, because it's the least I can do for him, especially how him and his character motivated me. Like because of him, I was in shape. I was in decent shape before, but I wanted to get more in shape. Like as you can tell now, I look like I got a build. Obviously I had a build for quite a while, but like when I was doing the Black Panther workout, I was toned. Not like super, supermodel toned or whatever. But I was toned. Like I had good tone on me. Like you can see my packs more. You can see all the good stuff. But I'm in decent shape now, but I haven't done the Black Panther workout routine as of late. Maybe I should get back to it. In fact, I probably should for good old Tchalla, for good old Chadwick Boseman, to honor him in a way. But yeah, I do want to thank him for that. I hate to see him go from this world. He's like one of the only good things that was in the world, at this very time, before his passing. But at least he's in a way, still around, like spiritually. That's if you believe in that sort of thing. I'm not gonna force beliefs on you. You can believe whatever you want to believe. But I do personally believe he's around still in a way, spiritually. And if you don't believe in that, at least he's in your heart, and that's what matters. And then that way he's kind of alive, you got to think about that, But yeah, it sucks. Maybe I can do a Black Panther voiceover, for him too, like to dedicate that for him. Besides I can do a decent Black Panther voice. I know our ethnicities are very different, but that doesn't mean that I can't pull off a voice, it's because I've been told I kind of can pull off a similar accent, or the way my voice sounds, like Wakanda forever or something like that, like, I don't know, it's like a tone, it's like the tone or something like that, but yeah, I would do a voiceover, to show my way of respecting him, and maybe do a tribute video, outside of this talk video, just to kind of give him, the attention and love he deserves. And I'm sure if he watches the voiceover, I'm sure he'd find it funny, and find it, yeah, it's good to, find it interesting, But yeah, he's a good guy, and he will be missed, and it sucks. But let's stay positive, though. That's what he would want us to do, and look at the future of things, be positive, be good with one another. That's what he would want, and that's what we should do, Yeah. But yeah, we'll get through this, guys. We'll get through out of 2020, make it to 2021. Maybe, hopefully, might be a decent year at least, or at least better than this year. But yeah, I guess I'll cut it short now. Well, not cut it short, but I guess I'll cut it here now. And it's been about 30 minutes. I don't know if you guys made it this far. You're a true champ. you're true champs, you're true legends. Some people, I don't even have the patience to go through this video, but I hope this video was interesting enough to where it can keep you this far. Hopefully I'm entertaining enough, you know, this is not meant for entertainment purposes. Obviously, this is more meant, for Chadwick Boseman, kind of, paying homage to him. You know what I mean? It's a video for him. In fact, I might do a dedicated tribute video, or I might dedicate a voiceover to him as well. And maybe on his birthday or something like that, like maybe I can do a voiceover or something like that. Like every birthday I do a voiceover for him or something like that. Something special. Or maybe do like a Black Panther workout routine video or something like that. Something special for him, you know what I mean? Because he deserves that, and especially when he had some impact in my life, you know what I mean? And I feel like I at least should give back, you know what I mean? When they give you something that's kind of good, kind of good thing to kind of give something back, you know what I mean? In return, I don't think he's expecting things in return, obviously, but sometimes it's kind of good to give back to those who gave you something every once in a while, you know what I mean? But yeah, I guess this will be the end of the video, and I hope you like this video or find it helpful if you didn't know about Chadwick Boseman passing. I'm sure that most of you did, but if you didn't, some of you didn't, well, now you know this loss, it probably hit you in the feels just like it did to me, and if I don't seem like it, but as they say, looks can be deceiving, just because, a person's not looking like that doesn't mean they're not feeling something, you know what I mean? So yeah, don't like looks, it deceives you, that's all sort of stuff, but yeah, yep, hopefully you guys are doing well. I hope that Chadwick Boseman is doing well in the hereafter or whatever, but yeah, and by the way, I know that there's some people that are daring enough, don't you dare do like 3 a.m. challenge shit on this, because you'd be disrespecting that way. Just don't. I could already see J Station doing something like this already. You better not. But yeah, I had to add that because I know that there's some people in the world right there that's gonna make this some 3 a.m. challenge to summon Chadwick Boseman. Let him sleep. Let him rest. He deserves it. I mean, he put, with how much hard work he put, even despite living to the age of 43 or whatever, he did so much work. He deserves rest. He deserves to, I mean, if he's a ghost, running around, just leave him alone. You know what I mean? Don't do some summoning thing, whatever. I mean, I'm kind of a believer in ghosts somewhat, but, as long as they're good ghosts and they don't get into my privacy or whatever, I don't mind ghosts at all. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to them, especially when they can be a bit territorial, I know I doubt Chadwick Boseman could be like that, but, just let them, leave them be. Don't do these stupid summons and these 3 a.m. prank bullshit. Don't slander his name like that. He does not deserve it. He's a good guy. Don't disrespect him like that. Just don't. If you do, may God have mercy on your soul. That's all I'm gonna say. Because that's just not cool. I mean, it's disrespecting the dead in a way. Using the person's name for money. It's disrespectful, bro. It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful, guys. Just don't do it. I implore you. Don't do it, especially to Chadwick Boseman and to all these decent folk that passed away. Just don't do these 3 a.m. challenges. Don't do the Ouija board shit. Don't do the 3 a.m. phone call bullshit. None of that. Don't. It's stupid. I mean, with your Ouija board, it's not smart. You're bringing in bad energies in the world, for one. For two, you're disrespecting the dead. And it's just not good at all. I mean, I'm sorry I had to end it in like a note like this, but I know the reason I had to put it out because I know there's gonna be some folk out there that's just dumb enough or just disrespectful enough that's gonna slander his name like that. So I had to put it out, and I do apologize, but I had to. So don't. Please don't. Just don't. Just don't. Just don't. Think while you're ahead. Just don't. And I implore you guys, just don't. And I'm sure he wouldn't like it either. You know? Bullshit or not, you know, with these phone calls or whatever. I'm sure he wouldn't want to go through that, you know, especially when his family's going through this much grief and whatnot, you know. And with all this hard work he's putting in, that he put in the work, he deserves rest. You know, he doesn't deserve to be bothered and whatnot. I don't know. I had to say it because I know that with all these famous people, yeah, you know, there's gonna be these stupid occasional people that's just gonna pull the 3 a.m. call thing or the Ouija board thing or whatever, you know. Just don't. Don't slander his name like that. Don't disrespect his name like that, especially when he thought nothing but good. Just don't. You know, do him a favor. If you're a fan of Chadwick Boseman, do him a favor and don't do that bullshit. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm sorry I had to put this out there, but at the end of the video, but I had to because I know there's some stupid pricks out there that slanders a name for money. It's disrespectful. Just don't do it. Like I said before, trillions of times, live by his example. You know, I mean, be good. You know, forgive other people. You know, be united. You know, be good. You know, just be good in general. Don't be bad. You know, I mean, just, you know, yeah. If not his example, I mean, at least live someone's example. I mean, it's always good to have, you know, someone, fictional character or not, actor or your parents or whatever the case may be. It's always good to have that one person to look up to. You know what I mean? Or that one person, even if it's someone you never met, or even if it's a fictional character, whatever, you know. I mean, as long as it's good, you know, yeah, go ahead, you know. I mean, it's all up to you. But yeah, I guess this will be the end of the video. And I'm sorry I had to kind of end it on that note, which is kind of why I kind of, you know, had to put it out there, because I know some people are out there just going to do that. But yeah, this will be the end of the video. And let's say it together, guys. Wakanda forever. Wakanda! And rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman, or T'Challa, Black Panther. You know, rest in peace, man. You'll never be forgotten, ever. Ever. You'll always be in our hearts. You'll always be there in spirit, you know. You're a good guy, and we'll miss you a lot, and even more so, your family will too, even more so. Anyway, adios, guys. Peace.